Well, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Hello, Pat.
Hello, Neil.
I'm here with Pat.
You
This is
are
Pat.
indeed.
I'm Neil. And we're just gonna. It's Christmassy, isn't it now? Because it is. We are recording this.
Yes.
I don't know what day it is. Monday.
Yes.
In December.
Yes.
And it would be a good chance to talk with Pat about mainly the Toy Sunday, but just generally about stuff because you know I like a chat. And also, it means that Pat, you're watching this.
Oh.
Because you're one of the Friday film fans.
I am indeed.
So you'll be watching you, talking to you about what you already know.
Yes.
So you can skip. You can have a Friday off. Skip this one.
I shall say, what a good-looking lady.
You can say what you want. Well, you are. We were just saying earlier, weren't we, that for our ages,
For our age,
we're not
we ain't doing too
not
bad.
too
are
bad.
we?
That's
Not
always
too bad.
a slightly veiled insult. For your age, you don't look too bad.
And you don't look too bad either.
Thanks. Not bad for 20.
Neil. I've known you since you were 25.
That's true. I was a lot younger then, wasn't I?
I know I was.
We'll put a filter on. It'll be like those old films where they put Vaseline on the on the camera. And
Is that what they do?
We'll be all,
Is that what they do?
They do. I'll do that for the opening sequence. There's a dreamy filter, and it makes it all kind of it blurs away all the aging. Not that you've got it, but for me, I'm thinking. Anyway, so you've known me since I was 25.
Of course I have.
So I must have known you since you were about 30 then.
Exactly.
It has been a long time, hasn't it?
It has been a long time.
Because when I first came here, you were the church secretary.
I was indeed.
And you used to work at the GP's was it in Highgate?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish there was more I could say, but I never went. You never invited me over to your place of work.
And you lived in, I never know whether it was Small Heath or...
No, Sparkbrook.
Sparkbrook, yeah. And used to travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've come a long way actually in that time, haven't we?
We have.
Because when we first came here, the church had been through quite a difficult time, hadn't it? And was a bit low.
Yeah.
And then we arrived and it went a bit lower, but we got over it.
No, well, you know, God had got a plan, hadn't he?
Yes.
And I know Helen has told us often she didn't want to come to Birmingham. Of all the places she could choose, Birmingham wasn't one of them.
Which is rude. I mean, she wouldn't say that now.
No, she wouldn't say it. No, in fact,
she loves Brum now. Well, we all love Birmingham now, but I think because we didn't really know it.
Yeah.
And because we used to live in Weston-super-Mare, all the Brums used to come to us every summer anyway. Yeah.
In the market.
Yeah, Dolphin Square.
Yeah, it's all gone now, the market, hasn't it? But
it has.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to just sit and think.
Yeah. Because you've been a significant part of church life for a significant amount of time, haven't you? Since you were secretary. When did you become the secretary?
In Malcolm's time.
So that would have been early 90s.
Yeah, when Malcolm. Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd be a church secretary?
When Noreen became Pooley.
Oh yes, Noreen. There's all these saints, isn't there, that have carried the church.
Noreen was a saint.
Yeah.
Dorothy and myself used to have some fun. Dorothy would say something about the church and I'd be sat in the back and Noreen would look out the window and say, "What a lovely day." So
changing the subject.
Stopped our it was just fun, but yeah.
Well, Dorothy was a plain-speaking northerner, wasn't she? Oh. She was fantastic.
No messing with Dorothy.
Yeah, and she was the church treasurer. One of my early memories of Dorothy is we went to a meeting with our association people when we were really, really skint. Yeah. And we thought we didn't know what we were going to do. Yeah. And Dorothy said to to Barry, who was, he was a good guy, but he was very down the line and proper about the way he did with it. Yeah, and she says, "Well, if you saw her account," she said, "you'll have diarrhea." It's like... Yeah.
Yeah, she was a great, great person and a great friend to me when I needed it most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a superstar
Yeah.
of the faith here.
She was. She was.
We've had a load, haven't we, of superstars of the faith here?
We have. Yes. You know.
When you do look back, that's one advantage of being in a church for a long time, isn't it? You can see all these people that God's drawn in and how God's used them, and you can see how they've influenced you. Because I say I've got as much out of the church, if not more, than the church out of me. You know, the way my faith's grown, and I've seen fantastic, heroic faith here. It's been amazing. Well, it's still here. It's not all in the past either. It's carrying on. It's here now. The story goes on, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I think when you need it most, God sends you to where you need to be.
Yeah.
I know that happened to me.
Yeah.
It's too long to go into, but that did happen to me. And
that was in the 80s, wasn't it, when
yes, it
God
was.
steered you here?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a different story, but it is where God places you. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I think there's something about when God speaks, and because God doesn't force anything on anyone, God doesn't make anyone do anything. But I think if you're open to what God is doing, and it's not always conscious. I think if the moment is right, it works.
It works. Yeah.
But some people do resist, or they go, "Well, I don't need that." I think people have views on the church or faith, and they don't give God a chance. And I think there's that. Well, all right, I may not like the church, or I may have had a bad experience with faith, but I'm going to give God a chance, and then see what God does with that.
Yeah.
And you see it here in so many of the people that walk in and they tell you their story, and you think, it's nothing to do with us. It's God's doing all this. Yeah.
And it is. Yeah. And it's a church where it doesn't matter what your past is, you can come.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been for 12 months, 2 years, doesn't matter, you're greeted the same as if you came yesterday.
Yeah. I do love that about this church. That's one of the things I've learned through being here, is that acceptance of anyone and everything. And like you say, it doesn't matter what you've been up to.
No.
And it's not that it doesn't matter. It's that actually God says we can move and grow and change whatever you've been through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's not theory, it's lived out, isn't it? I don't think in this church people frown on other people very much, because some places, not just churches, social clubs, you get it as well, and where people look down, or they're quite judgmental. I think here people are like, well, here you are.
Yeah.
Who cares? Let's crack on.
Yeah, we are nosy to a degree, but we don't want to go into people's really private lives.
Yeah.
We don't. What you are is what you are.
Yeah. And you come here, I think, to change and to grow, don't you? So what I am, it's important now, but it's what I can become, isn't it? And in my faith, I can change and grow, and the bits that I don't want, I can work on them.
Yeah.
I can change, and Jesus transforms us, doesn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
But it's rarely quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell us about Christmas pack, because that's our excuse for getting together.
Mm.
So we've got the Advent candles on. I thought I'd create a bit of atmosphere.
Yes.
So you instigated our Toy Sunday.
I did.
Many years back.
I think 20.
Is it that long ago?
It was when you and Paul first started as ministers.
Right. Yeah?
Yeah, and we have a ladies group that's been going on for 30 years or more.
The ladies' night, it used to be. It's during the day now, isn't it?
During the day now, because we're all old.
I used to laugh every time, it's like it's ladies' night tonight. It's like, okay. I'm going to get out the building quick.
Yes. But we had unfortunately now, Warwick died earlier this year, but we had a speaker, Warwick Goulding, who was from Birmingham City Mission, and he told us there are children that don't have toys. And it struck me that my age group, none of us had an awful lot. We were all poor, really. Where I lived, we weren't, weren't rich. So you had what you had. And never thought more about it. But then when that was put to me, I thought, no, I can't do that. Kids have got to have a toy.
Mm.
And so I came to you and said, can we do it? And we did it the first year.
We always say yes.
Yes. And I remember it was just on a table with little bits, and I've been looking for the photograph, but I haven't found it. And I didn't know whether that would last. And it's lasted now 28 years.
Blimey. And it gets better every year. We think this is it. I mean, when we first did it, it was second-hand toys, wasn't it? And, and they're always okay. But over the years, it's evolved. And the last probably 5 to 10 years, we've started saying to people, get them new stuff if you can.
Yeah, because it's not, it's all kids are kids.
Yeah.
And they want a new toy or a new toiletry or a new little necklace or bracelet or...
And it's not just the church, the community's stepped up, hasn't it?
Oh.
So you have people that use the centre during the week.
Yeah.
There's Saxon Court down the road. They had a whip round. They raised a massive pile of money, and they went shopping specifically for it.
Yes.
So it's been fantastic that how people have responded to it.
And where it was purely a church thing, it's now become a community day where we have drama.
Yeah.
And we have different things going on. It's a whole community Sunday now.
It's a celebration of community, isn't it? So we invite all the groups that are here during the week to come. So we have, and a few of the groups do things as well. And over the years, we've had dancing and singing and the parent toddler group and all kinds of stuff going on. Choir.
We've had the choir.
So we kind of see who's knocking around and we invite them in. Because people get it. This is one of those things where I think faith is almost irrelevant because people get that caring for kindness, don't they? And for us, we understand that as being of God's kingdom.
Yeah.
But you don't need to have a faith to get that kingdom value around goodness, generosity.
Yeah. And now we've got a whole load of young people who fill the chapel.
Yeah.
Literally fill the chapel this year.
With stuff, yeah.
So yeah, it's just something that I think people now look forward to.
It's become a real tradition, hasn't it?
It
I think for the church, and I believe part of the church's role in our community is to hold the traditions through the year. So if this is the start of the year for them, a Christian point of view, so we start with the Toy Sunday, then we have a concert on Monday, the next day with Birmingham Concert Band and the Ukes.
Yeah.
And then we do carols on the green, and we have candles by Carol Light all the way around. Yeah. So we've got a real thing that's not just church stuff. This is for the community to celebrate, because Christmas is a party for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not a Christian party.
No.
It's a world party. So whatever you think, Jesus says, come to the party. I don't care if you believe in me or not. Come along anyway. And I think that reflects the church's attitude to, within the church we have people with immensely deep, unshakable faith. And people that don't really know if it's true at all or not, but they see something's going on here and they want to find out. And I think that reflects us as a church community too.
Well, I sat on my own 5 minutes yesterday, And I looked round. It was the end of the service, and people were putting chairs away, people were talking, people were filling coffee cups and washing up, and yeah, it's our church.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't be stupid, Pat. But
it is, and it's a family in it, and there's a chair for anyone who walks in.
Yeah, and I think I've got to finish on this really, Neil.
That's good. We should wrap it up now because
Well, all I want to say is, from just our church, we've allowed it, or God has allowed it to grow, and to what we are, and it's open for anybody, and what goes on here is just fantastic with Northern Star, 3 trees, but they're both offshoots of this church.
Thanks.
That's it.
Yeah, it's good to be part of the family here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for all you do, Pat. You are, I know you won't like to hear this, but you are one of the heroes of the faith here.
Oh, God.
And, you know, what you bring and what you brought is fantastic. So we appreciate that. And the fact you won't let stuff go. Twice then you've got to do it. And, you know, we love that about you.
Yeah.
So thank you. And thanks for chatting.
And thank you, Neil Roberts.
It's a pleasure. We'll see you soon.
Yes.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Thanks for watching.